Today we're going to be going over Japanese stereotypes and how most of them are not true. Hey everyone, welcome back to another, did you just say that? That's rude, episode. We're the hosts. My name is MJ.
My name is Adam.
And we're back at you with another great episode, another good one where we're going to invite you to become friends of ours, everyone. Give you hugs, get over my shoulder right here, hanging out with me and Adam to enjoy our English conversation, improve your listening, and understand the feeling of English.
All right.
Let's jump right into it today. Everyone, we are going to be talking about stereotypes of Japanese people. Okay. So quickly, Adam, what is a stereotype?
A stereotype is something that is thought about another person, country, or culture that is generally not true.
Yes, exactly, everyone. So there's so many stereotypes that every country has about other people in other countries. Hey,
Yeah.
even within the same country,
True.
there's stereotypes that people on the East Coast have about people on the West Coast of America.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
And vice versa. So
Exactly.
stereotypes go everywhere. And these stereotypes are given to us as we're growing up by watching TV, by it being influenced by someone in our family or in our pack of friends. And that's actually not such a great way to learn about somebody. You
Right.
actually go out and have to have a firsthand experience.
Exactly.
So everyone, I found a website that has a few different stereotypes of how the Western world, probably North America, how we see Japanese people. So these are from an idea, a perspective of people who probably have never been to Japan before, maybe who don't have such a wide range of understanding of Japanese culture, food, entertainment, many things that me and Adam over our, plus 10 years living here, we understand a lot more.
Yeah.
So here we go, everyone. We're going to see if these things are true or not. And so the first one is Japanese people are shy and quiet. Well,
yeah.
Generally speaking,
Yes.
I kind of feel like this is true. Maybe more in the Kanto area, because people just like, it's not that they're shy and quiet, but it's like everyone just keeps their own space more.
Right. Yeah. More or less, especially when it comes to speaking English, which is something we try to get around. But, in that setting, it's usually a lot of shy people speaking in a different language.
That's what it is, yo. That you cracked the code. How many minutes are we into this episode, everyone? We're learning new things. You hit it, dude, because this is from the Western world. People who are English speakers, what do you think of, or what is your impression of Japanese people? And maybe the old times that they've seen or interacted with Japanese people, maybe the people don't have a good understanding or skill of English. So they're like, oh, that Japanese person was so shy and quiet. They didn't say anything because maybe they didn't speak English or they didn't have confidence of speaking English. Therefore, they were shy and quiet. Okay.
Yeah. So I wonder how many of these are also influenced by that same factor. Let's proceed.
Probably all of them. Let's continue. Next one. They love sushi and fish. The cuisine of sushi was born in Japan.
True, yes.
So there is a deep cultural love for it. But there's plenty of Japanese people that I know who are like, I don't like fish.
I don't like sushi. Yuck. You shouldn't put that in your mouth. Yuck. I've heard somebody say that before.
No, I do. I would like to say that the percent of people that I know who don't like fish is very small in Japan.
Very small. But the other thing is we are speaking about a foreign perspective. So more often than not, if you come to Japan, a Japanese person is going to show you sushi. One of the best things. So that's probably where it came from. Yeah.
Here we go. Continuing on. Japanese people love anime. I'm going to say false on this one.
I'm going to say false. Yeah, I learned my lesson with that one too. I'm going to say false.
Anyone who comes to Japan who loves anime is like, I want to talk to Japanese people about anime. It's like that dream
dies.
Broken.
It dies at the airport.
Because not only is the Western world's anime kind of a little slower to get there, but the ratio of people, the amount of people who like it is kind of like in North America. There's some people who really don't care.
Right.
And never watch anything.
Yeah. And some people who really like it. So it's very hit or miss, depends on the person.
Yes.
But not like we think it is.
Right. Definitely not. Okay, next one is Japanese people love kawaii stuff. Now, what is kawaii, right?
That's the
What's
question.
the definition?
That is the number one question.
Everyone, we get deep on the MJ and Adam show. And the definition of kawaii can just be of like, for me, I think of like yuru kyara.
Ah, okay.
Those mascots around Japan, they're all cute. Look at mascots for sports teams.
Right. Yeah.
In America, they're like sharks, pirates,
right?
Like things that are vicious and dangerous
to destroy.
Where in Japan, big, cute eyes, sparkly, fluffy,
furry. Yeah.
There's a lot of cuteness. There's a lot of kawaii factor in there.
Right. But maybe it's just the way that the word is used here for not just cute characters, but almost everything. Like if you go into an antique shop, there's people who would look at the furniture and look at like a glass cup and be like, oh, kawaii, or look at a chair and be like, oh, kawaii, or look at this, I don't know, fork or spoon, say, oh, kawaii. So it's used so often that they like kawaii things because everything can be kawaii.
Ooh, oh, there it is. Another mind blower, everyone.
If that makes sense. So yes, Japanese people like kawaii
stuff.
Everything can be kawaii.
Yep, I'm leaning more on the yes on this. Okay, next one, everyone.
Yes too.
Japanese people are good at math. Now, this is a stereotype that I had growing up.
Yeah,
was around my world as a elementary school and even middle school person. In my school specifically, there were a handful of Japanese kids.
Okay.
And so, like we said at the beginning of this video, we didn't have such great contact, communication, understanding of people in Japan.
Yeah.
So the few Japanese people that we did know, they were, I wouldn't say just good at math, but they were overall good students. And maybe it's not just that they're good at math. Maybe most Americans are bad at math, like me.
Yeah. I think so. Not to say that like Americans are bad at math, but I do think that education is taken a little bit more seriously in a sense, not just from parents and teachers, but the students take it seriously as well. So
right.
Probably that's it. They're regular at math. they just study really hard, like on an average scale.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Right.
I'm gonna be neutral on this one.
Neutral. Let's move over to the next one. Japanese people knows best when it comes to technology.
If this was like in 1990, I'd say yes. But come on, let's be real. The fax machine is still being used today.
In Japanese government offices. Using the fax machine.
Yes. So
very true. Okay, yeah. So I would definitely, I would lead on the no on this one. Yeah. Okay. Let's hit the next one.
Yep. Japanese
people are very organized. Yeah. Come on, dude. What about those gomiyashiki houses? Are those organized?
They're not, but those are like an extreme version of what doesn't happen that very often.
Yes, but I would say would be for every country, every kind of, this is just personality wise. I don't think this is like country filled. Everyone is good at organizing.
I see. But then again, like I'm thinking about the train system, how organized that is.
Yeah.
And just every year, like even now, if you probably go to a bookstore, there's organizers and a lot of things to keep the life organized in the bookstore. There's a lot of people who make careers out of being organized. Kon Marie, she's like the queen of organization in Japan.
Yeah.
So I think like, and she's not here anymore. She's in America, which means that her market is over there, not here, which means that people here are generally more organized.
Because they don't need her services so much.
Exactly. So that's why I say yes. I think I agree with, on a general scale, not everybody. There are people who aren't as organized, but generally speaking, there's a lot more organized things and people are a lot more organized here.
Oh, yep. All right, here's the last one. Japanese people can't handle much alcohol. There are people who become very flush, very red, when they drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Which means within the Western culture, rarely happens. And if you think about like cartoons, the way we would draw someone who's really drunk, we usually make their face red or liquor. They're not strong with alcohol, which can then lead people to believe Japanese people or Asians who get red in the face when they get drunk means that they are not strong for alcohol.
Right. True. That's true. But I heard that's like a genetic disorder.
Yeah.
Like they can't people with that gene can't process the alcohol, so it causes that red color to come out.
It's an allergic reaction
basically. I mean,
has nothing to do with if they get drunk really quickly or not.
Right.
I've met plenty of Japanese people who drink me under the table crazy amounts.
Oh yes, a lot of those G-chans too.
Yeah. I cannot keep up.
Yeah. So
I'll say no on that one.
No on that one. Yeah.
And that's that. So there's so many different types of stereotypes, everyone. Very, very different. As each country sees other people within the different worlds and societies, cultures. If you don't know about it, you don't go out and learn, you don't put in the time and effort to learn, then you might just have those stereotypes stuck in your mind and think that they are true.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one that goes back of many Japanese people's, maybe that's a stereotype too. Popular, famous movie from back in the day. Adam, what movie is that?
One of the Audrey Hepburn movies. And
okay.
There is a man she's living either next to or above or underneath in the apartment, and she befriends this man. But he was playing the stereotypical Japanese person at that time, with the, hachimaki around his forehead. Maybe he had, looks like a Japanese person, but was not Japanese in real life.
Definitely. There was very, very horrible stereotypes that were shown around TV in cartoons and movies many years ago, especially after World War II. And around that time, they portrayed the Japanese people as having glasses, buck teeth, very thin eyes, and black hair, and being very short. And that's it. So from that caused a lot of people to have this stereotype of how Japanese people looked, maybe how Japanese people sounded. And it, of course, it wasn't good because it was during the war times. So that's something, thankfully, we look at and we can see the world stepping away from that. Any of those kinds of those things. So of course, if we go back in history, more of these stereotypes are going to get worse and become bad. But hopefully moving forward, we can fix them all. And hopefully with this video, we all understand a little bit more of some of the stereotypes that the Western world has about Japanese people.
Yeah.
That's it for today, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. What are some stereotypes that you've heard of Japanese people?
Yeah, but that's it. We'll see you on the next
step.